8 lessons 95% of women learn a bit too late in life, according to psychology. If you're a woman in your 30s, 40s, or beyond, you've probably picked up some life lessons along the way that you wish you'd known sooner. You might have found yourself in situations where you felt invisible, undervalued, or overwhelmed, and thought, if only I'd known this earlier. Well, it turns out that psychology has identified 8 key lessons that most women tend to learn a bit too late. This isn't a failing on your part, it's just how life often pans out. So settle in, let's jump in. 1. The importance of self-care. Take care of yourself first. This phrase might sound selfish, especially to women who are often socialized to put others' needs before their own. But in reality, it's one of those vital lessons that too many women learn a bit too late. Self-care is not just about spa days and bubble baths. It's about setting boundaries, saying no when you need to, and prioritizing your mental health. It's about understanding that you can't pour from an empty cup. Psychology tells us that neglecting self-care can lead to burnout, stress, and even mental health issues like anxiety and depression. Yet, so many women push their needs aside until they reach a breaking point. The irony is that by trying to be everything for everyone else, we sometimes forget to be there for ourselves. And when we finally understand the importance of self-care, it often comes after a period of stress or struggle. In hindsight, the lesson is simple. Taking care of yourself isn't an act of selfishness, it's an essential part of living a balanced and healthy life. 2. Embracing failure. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of it. We're taught from a young age that failure is something to be avoided. We're encouraged to strive for perfection and to always be the best. But this mindset can sometimes hold us back. Failure is often where the most valuable lessons are learned. It's in the stumble and fall that we discover resilience, determination, and the will to get back up. Surprisingly, it's often through our missteps and mistakes that we grow the most. They offer us an opportunity to reassess, learn, and come back stronger. Many women later in life realize that their so-called failures were actually stepping stones on their path to success. These experiences were not roadblocks, but rather essential parts of their journey. So rather than fearing failure, learn to see it as a necessary part of your growth and development. 3. The power of positivity. Your outlook shapes your world. Sunny skies and rainbows might not always be in the forecast, but maintaining a positive outlook can significantly impact your life. It's been found that positive thinking can reduce stress, improve physical health, and boost overall life satisfaction. This isn't about ignoring life's problems. Instead, it's about approaching them with a constructive mindset. As we age, we often realize that our attitudes can greatly influence our experiences and our perception of them. A difficult situation can either be viewed as a disaster or an opportunity for growth. Maintaining positivity, even during challenging times, allows us to cope better with stress and helps us to keep moving forward. It's an essential lesson in life that, unfortunately, most women learn a bit too late. 4. It's okay to not be okay sometimes. It's perfectly okay to admit you're not okay. We all have our rough days. Days when the world feels a little too heavy, a little too overwhelming. It's during these times that we often put on a brave face, hiding our struggles and soldiering on. However, it's okay to admit when you're not feeling your best. It's okay to let down your guard and show vulnerability. Too often, women feel the pressure to appear strong and composed at all times. But this can lead to emotional burnout and can prevent us from seeking the support we need. 5. The myth of having it all. Life is a balancing act, not a race to have it all. The idea of having it all, a successful career, a loving family, a picture-perfect home, and a vibrant social life, is an expectation that many women find themselves striving for. But the truth is, this concept is often more fantasy than reality. As life unfolds, we realize that it's about making choices and prioritizing what truly matters to us. Some days, work might take precedence, other days, family comes first. And that's perfectly okay. The pressure to have it all can lead to unnecessary stress and disappointment. It's more important to focus on what makes you feel fulfilled and content. Over time, many women learn that life isn't about ticking off boxes on an imaginary checklist. It's about finding balance, pursuing your passions, and cherishing the moments that make life worthwhile. 6. The value of true friendships. True friends aren't about quantity, but quality. When we're younger, we often place importance on having a large group of friends. But as we navigate life's ups and downs, we come to understand that it's not about how many friends we have, but the quality of those friendships. I recall a dear friend who stood by me during one of the toughest times in my life. She didn't have any magical solutions or profound advice, but simply being there and providing a listening ear meant the world to me. This experience taught me that true friendship isn't about grand gestures or always having the right thing to say. It's about showing up, being present, and offering support when it's needed most. Many women later in life realize that these are the friendships worth cherishing, the ones that enrich our lives and provide us with a sense of comfort and belonging. 7. Saying no is an act of respect. No is a complete sentence. For many women, saying no can feel uncomfortable. We often find ourselves overcommitting or sacrificing our own needs to avoid disappointing others. But here's a hard truth: you can't please everyone, and you shouldn't have to. The ability to say no is about setting boundaries and respecting your own time and energy. It's about understanding that your needs are just as important as anyone else's. 8. You are enough, just as you are. In a world that often tells us we need to be more, do more, have more, it's easy to feel like we're falling short. We compare ourselves to others and feel pressured to live up to unrealistic expectations. But here's the most important lesson of all: you are enough, just as you are. Your worth is not defined by how much you accomplish, how you look, or what you own. It's defined by who you are as a person, your character, your values, your kindness, and your compassion. Many women come to realize this later in life after years of striving for perfection or seeking approval from others. But it's a lesson that can't be learned too soon. You don't need to prove your worth to anyone. You are enough, just as you are. Final thoughts. Life is a journey of learning and growth, and it's never too late or too early to learn these vital lessons. They serve as reminders of the things that truly matter and help us to focus on what's important. This video serves as a guide, a beacon, if you will, to shed light on some of the lessons many women learn a bit too late. Every person's journey is unique, and we all learn at our own pace. Cherish the time spent on things that bring you joy and fulfillment. Learn to prioritize your needs, embrace your failures, and celebrate your worth. After all, being truly wise means knowing what matters to you personally, regardless of societal pressures or expectations.